Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Eddie Marcus here again. You know, if you go back over the video that I've made over the past few years, and it's a number of them, and even though I'm speaking about the events of the day, usually bad stuff that could be better, I'm always finding some way to tie in the message of God. And I kind of recognize that a lot of people are turned off by the usage of the word God. They do it as if people who use it are just using it as that, as a word, with no real significance whatsoever. And to that point, I can easily and readily agree. You see, when I'm speaking to you about God, I've even considered trying to just satisfy you by not using the word God and maybe come up with some adjectives or something else that would describe what God is about. But it ends up always God. And I guess the reason that I do that, ladies and gentlemen, is because I'm excited about God. You see, when I think about all of the past and my upbringing in the Bible and all of the things that I saw around me, the question begs, what good is it? And I guess somebody said that if you're searching and you give it all you got, chances are you might come up with some answers. And so I have come up with some answers that work for me. And I'd like to, share them with you as I go along because that's what it's all about. I want you to know that the God that I talk to you about is the best I have ever heard of. Now, I'm not speaking to you about something that I read about, I heard about, and all those other kind of good things, even though they did happen. And I'm not going to try to take away any of that. It did happen. But I'm not basing anything that I say on that. I'm basing it on its own reality. And what I like about it is that it isn't, as far as I can tell, not just for me. It is for you. It is for everyone. Everyone. And yours isn't for everyone. You got all kinds of faiths, religiosity. You got all kinds of things out there talking about a higher power. But none of them care about the whole human race that I have heard of. None of them have anyone out there actually fighting. When I mean by fighting, I mean standing up, giving representation to the basic principles of that so that others will know what it's all about. That isn't happening. And so people are just out here. That's the way I see it. But ladies and gentlemen, I come out here and tell you about a God that was revealed to me. It was like seeing a spirit. I saw the action taking place, but I didn't see the actor. And it all happened. So I know that there is a power that you can't see that is responsible for all kinds of things. And And it's the kind of things that you and I and people who think they are connected to God just can't do. And when they say they can, it's like planting a seed of $1,000 because some dude tells you that God got a blessing for you. Anyway, the God that I bring to you, ladies and gentlemen, is about every race, because there's one race according to the God, and that's the human race. And your purpose on this earth. You got choice, you can do what you want, but the purpose is to create, to take what is before you and turn it into magnificent things. And all of the resources are available and have already been planted here by the Maker, so that when time came, when we were supposed to extract, to use certain things, as we have matured to that level, then we will be able to manifest and cause these great things to happen. This is the process of living. This is the process of life. And those things that are common amongst us for our survival, it's like air. We are supposed to have food and clothing and shelter, like breathing air. We're supposed to have access to education, like breathing air. We're supposed to have access to health care, unlimited and unrestricted, just like breathing air. And each of us are supposed to be engaged in something that's been planted in us for our purpose being here, for us to do, that it will give us our greatest joy in doing. And as we engage that, listen to me, ladies and gentlemen, as we engage what has been implanted in us to do, we will be, you and I, all of us who need all this stuff to dream, to feel dreams, we will be creating. Just our small part plays a part in that whole big old picture of satisfying everybody's dream. Everybody's dream. Those who hate, those who are bigots, those who are murderers, those who are liars and cheaters, the only one that would not be blessed from this is the ones that want to be God themselves. The ones who want you, the people, to follow them, and where they lead you, it's going to cause all kinds of stuff to look around. Look around. How many people over the past 5 years have been affected in a negative way by hurricanes, tornadoes, and floods? How many people have been affected by storms? How many people have been affected by fires? And all of these painful things that cause all kinds of money to repair, and not even having the employment labor to do these things, because people are not skilled in these specifics, because there has been a focus on another way of life as opposed to those things that are predicated to deal with the essentials of life. And so where's that money to come from to do that, to take care of this, to take care of the Puerto Ricans? I heard the presidents were asking you, the people, to raise money to go and take care of your sisters and brothers there, when they have taken money out of your checks. Those of you who play a part of the game, they have taken money out called taxes. Money that you expect them to use to do stuff like this. But no, they don't want to do that. Your president speaks of making bombs, additional bombs, the biggest bombs and the biggest killing machine on the face of the earth. And then big walls to keep people out, to make us isolated. Those are the kind of things that they want to spend your money on. Those are the kind of things that every one of your gods, I don't care who it is, I don't care who you believe in, every last one of your gods are okay with it. And how do I say, and why do I say that every last one of your gods, whatever you believe in, whether it has to do with Christianity, whether it has to do with Islam, whether it has to do with Chinese, whatever it has to do with, every last one of those gods are saying it's okay. And how do I know that they are saying that? Because there is not one representative of any of those gods standing up anywhere, speaking truth to darkness, speaking light to the blind. Where are you? But I'm not putting you down like that, because the God that I serve says, come on over here. You are needed. Come on over here. What you want, what you need, what you desire is wrapped up in the plan. The plan is not for miraculous things to happen to you because you just wanted to. The plan is for miraculous things to happen to you because you make them happen. You make them happen by expressing the stuff for which you are really truly made of. Life. Now, I might be getting off the track, but this, my friends, is why I come to you, because I want you to know that the God that I serve has a plan that will meet your desire. You're not going to get it from systems of the world. You're just not going to get it from systems of the world. All the systems of the world are designed to prevent what I'm speaking to you about. Every last one of the systems. And usually all of the different religions, they are kind of governed by the systems in which they are found. They do not really go against the systems in which they're found. There have been indications where some tried, but they ended up being wiped out. So every religion under these systems are biased toward the systems. They are biased toward the systems. That's why they can continue to operate within the system. That's why when people don't want to hear about them, or take prayers out of school or whatever stuff like that, and I'm not knocking it, it wasn't doing any good anyway. When you prayed in school, you might not have anybody coming and shooting you up at school. You might not have had that. But the world was still just as messed up as it is today. Still messed up. Prayer didn't change anything. So what I'm telling you about, ladies and gentlemen, is not about the praying. It's about the faith. It's about standing up and putting meat, bones, hands, feet to your speak. That means doing things and not everything. You are not running out in the streets talking about Black Lives Matter, or talking about the skinheads, or talking about the Nazis, or talking about heart disease. Why go to all of those different places? I think you will be tired in a matter of no time going to all these different places, when you have to recognize sooner or later, ladies and gentlemen, that all of you represent that there is a shortage in understanding in the ways in which we live. There's a shortage. And so why go out there standing up for this little, what you call it, result, or standing here for this little one, or this little one? Come together for change, the kind of change that works for every problem, the kind of change that works for every problem. That's simple, ladies and gentlemen. That's simple. That's simple. It begins with something like treat each other like you want to be treated. Now, you know what that really means. But it also begins with something else that you need to be told, because you haven't heard it like this. This earth was not made by any particular nationality, any particular gender. It was made by a power that we really can't put our eyes on. But we look at what has been done, so we know it's here and it was put here. Now, in time, we have learned that there is so much that the earth has, the abilities, the capabilities, the assets that it has that are usable to do the many wonderful things and great things, or ordinary things that humankind might want to do. That was a given. It's almost like a birthright that when we as human beings are put here on this earth, just like the other animals, they might be in the ground on their way, incest, wherever they go, but they have to go through the same kind of thing. For as I know, they might be dealing with it a lot better than we are. But the truth of the matter is that we all require these things. And if we respected that this earth belongs to somebody else, that we're here by the power of somebody else, and we all got these necessities for survival, it seemed to be common sense to know that we got to make sure that all of those are met. Well, and if you ever thought about not making sure that all of them are met, think about you being left out. Or thinking about how much you'd have to do if others didn't aid in the process. Think about how less you'll have to do with more people aid in the process. Yes, that's what I'm trying to tell you about, ladies and gentlemen. Everybody is to be involved in the process. That way, God made the earth and you. But you fed and clothed everybody on the earth. You sheltered everybody on the earth. You educated, gave people the ability to think and come out of ignorance and darkness. You did that. You protected everybody on the earth by making sure they had access to health care, unlimited and unrestricted from the cradle to the grave. You did that. And to make sure that any of that stuff would always be available, each of you put your hands to the plow and you began to work and to build and to create and multiply so that nobody would ever have a desire of something that could not be met. That was you. All you. You and God working together to make dreams come true. That's why I keep talking to you about the God that I know. I'm not talking about that other stuff. And I'm offering you this God. This God requires some of you. It doesn't require you sitting up in the church. It doesn't require you singing songs. I mean, you can sing songs if you want. You can assemble yourselves if you want. But it doesn't require it. What it requires is action, walking the talk. Walking the talk. That's what it requires. Now, I'm going to let you go. Still, one last thing. I talk to you about God because this God, to me, is much more exciting, gives much more life, and is much more loving than any God I ever heard about from anybody else. Bye-bye.